Hello, everybody. It is Monday, June 29th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. Let's get into it. Today, we have a huge day for sports, particularly for the World Cup, and that's where we're going to start. What a day yesterday and what a day today for all sports. Let's get right into it. Um, Yesterday, there was one game. So, yesterday was the first day of the knockout stage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And the game was played between Canada and South Africa. The game was in LA, and let's talk about it. So, this game ended 1-0, and Canada won the game. How did they win the game? Well, they outchanced South Africa, and they outshot South Africa, and in the 92nd minute of the game, Eustaquio, I don't know how to say it, but Eustaquio, that's what I'm going to go with, scored a game winning 92nd minute goal. Absolute anarchy, man. It was crazy because there was no score in the entire game. Nobody had scored. A couple teams came close to scoring, but nobody has put it in the back of the net. And then in the 92nd minute, everyone was thinking we're about to go to extra time. And Canada scores a goal in the 92nd minute of the game. It was a quality goal. It was a good goal. And he puts it in past the keeper. And Canada wins the game 1-0. And they're going to move on to the next round. If you look at the stats, South Africa, they had possession for most of the game. They ended with 58%. It was higher earlier in the first half. And yet they had the expected goals of .13, so not good. Canada had 7 shots on target to South Africa's 1, and they had 12 chances to South Africa's 6. So it's interesting because even though they had more possession than Canada, South Africa barely had any good chances. And that's interesting because normally when you have possession, you have more chances, but it's actually inverted. So I found that interesting. But Canada was able to win this game 1-0. Eustaquio, I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but he did score the goal. And that was how the first day of the knockout stage went. Here's day 2. Round of 32, and here are the games. We have so many good ones, and here they are. Japan versus Brazil. Japan got here by tying against the Netherlands, beating Tunisia 4-0, and then tying against Sweden. So they are second in their group, and they're going to be going up against Brazil. And Brazil got here by winning Group C. They drew with Morocco 1-1, and then 3-0 results against both Haiti and Scotland to win the group and put them here. Brazil is a team that a lot of people have going all the way. Japan is also a formidable opponent. This is one of the best matchups of the first round. Really excited for this. The next game, Paraguay versus Germany. Paraguay got here. They are third in Group D. They lost to the U.S. 4-1. Then they beat Turkey 1-0 with a late goal. Or actually, it was an early goal, sorry, but they held on. And then they tied Australia, no score. So they have 4 points, and they're here. Germany got here. They beat Curacao 7-1. They beat Ivory Coast, the late winner, 2-1. And they beat Ecuador 2-1. Or no, they lost Ecuador 2-1 because they weren't playing anybody, but they still won the group, and they're going to be facing Paraguay. And then the final game, the best game of the day, maybe the best game of the knockout stage, Morocco and Netherlands. Morocco got here. They tied against Brazil. They beat Scotland 1-0, and they beat Haiti 4-2, making them second in the group. The Netherlands got here by tying Japan, 5-1 result against Sweden, and a 3-1 result against Tunisia. These are two really good teams, like top 10 teams in the tournament, going up against each other in the first round. That is crazy to think about, but that is the matchups for today. So as for predictions, I'm going to take Brazil to beat Japan. I'm going to take Germany to beat Paraguay. And I'm going to take the Netherlands to beat Morocco. But these are Morocco-Netherlands is a fantastic game. And I'm really excited to see how it goes. And there you go. So let's talk about the NBA because we don't have the most time here today. So let's talk about the NBA. The big news, two big news. Miles Bridges got traded to the Suns. So the Hornets traded him for like Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, some first, like one first round pick down the line, a pick swap. This is actually a really good deal for the Charlotte Hornets. And it's weird because why are they blowing it up? We still don't know why necessarily. However, um, they got a lot back. For Miles Bridges, they got a lot back. I think it's actually a really good deal for them. Um, Sucks they traded away Miles, but they got a lot. They got a lot back for him, so I wouldn't be too upset with him. Let's talk about the Warriors though, because the breaking news from today is that Draymond Green declined his player option. He will become a free agent. Now, my first thought was, uh-oh. But once I thought about it, I realized that Draymond declining his player option and becoming a free agent is a good thing because he is going to wait. He's going to allow the Warriors to use some of that money to go after LeBron James and to also, additionally, try and trade for Anthony Davis. Now, this is huge. And I've been saying it for a while. I think LeBron's coming to the Warriors, and this definitely improves that theory and encourages that theory. But what I've been thinking about is you have Stephen Curry, who is one of the greatest players ever, in my opinion, greatest point guard ever, undisputed greatest shooter ever, the best player in franchise history. And you have him for maybe 1 or 2 more years. And there are really two options you can do. We've talked about this before. You can either trade him, you get a ton of assets back for him, or you can keep him and go all in. And the Warriors, even though the smarter thing to do would be to go and trade him, what everyone wants them to do and what they're going to do is go all in. And if you're going to go all in, you need to go all in because there's no point in being mediocre with Steph Curry. You need to try and win. And why not? Why not try and win by going and signing LeBron James, who is debatably the greatest player of all time? And while you're at it, might as well go get his partner from Los Angeles back when they won their championship. Go and trade for Anthony Davis. And as much as I love Jimmy Butler, I think the smart thing to do, the best thing would be to do is to trade him for Anthony Davis because even though Anthony Davis is injury prone, Jimmy Butler is injured himself and won't be back until April or May or something like that. So if he's not going to be back for that long and you're trying to win this year, it is a huge risk, but I think you have to try and trade for Anthony Davis. Are there better options out there? Theoretically, yes, but in reality, I think this could be the best thing for the Warriors to do. They got to try it, and you know, Draymond did his part. He's going to be taking a pay cut if it happens. All we need to do now is just sign LeBron and trade for AD. Easier said than done, of course, but I really think it can happen. And I'm very excited to see how it's going to progress because LeBron and Steph teaming up, that is such a good story. And we'll have to see how it goes. For sure. We're going to definitely talk about that more in the future. But Draymond did decline his player option, but he's probably coming back to the Warriors. Let's talk about the MLB, and then we'll wrap it up. So yesterday, the Giants played the Braves. They won 3-2. 3 runs on 10 hits and 1 error for the Giants. 2 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors for the Braves. The winning pitcher in this game, Robbie Ray. Oh boy. Robbie Ray is the first Giant since Matt Cain to have 3 consecutive scoreless outings, and boy were they impressive. Uh, I can't remember the exact stat, but it's something like that. But let's look at Robbie Ray's performance. I mean, Robbie Ray in these last 3 games has just gotten better and better. Against Atlanta on June 17th, he went 6 1/3, 0 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. His best start of the year at that point. Then he followed it up with an even better one. 8 innings pitched, 2 hits, 4 walks, 1 run unearned, and 6 strikeouts. And then yesterday, again against the Braves, 8 innings pitched, 1 run unearned on 4 hits and 1 walk, struck out 2 batters. And each time the pitch count has gone down and down and down, and the innings have gone up and up and up. And even though the strikeout numbers have been coming down, he's been limiting those hits. And Robbie Ray, his last 3 outings, has gotten 3 wins in a row for himself and for the team. And the Giants have won 7 of his his last 7 starts. And Robbie Ray is pitching like an absolute demon right now. He's been so good. 3 consecutive scoreless outings, 2 of which coming against one of the best teams in baseball, the Atlanta Braves, and 2 of which being scoreless outings. Or also, all of them were scoreless outings, but 2, he went 8 innings in those outings. Robbie Ray is pitching like an absolute demon right now. It's good because we're going to trade him, so we're going to get more value from him. But if he keeps this up, we could be looking at a serious, big package in return for Robbie Ray. We're talking lots of prospects. So that's going to be very exciting to see. And Robbie Ray killed it once again yesterday. He is pitching at his absolute best, maybe the best he's ever pitched. And he's been an all-star for us before. The losing pitcher was Chris Sale. For Sale, he went 6 innings, 2 runs. 1 of those was earned on 8 hits and a walk, struck out 10. So too many hits for sure, but 10 strikeouts is just really good. He was very, very good yesterday. But he did give up the 2 runs and got the loss, even though one of them was unearned. One of them was unearned. I think Luis Arias had a great game. Elliot Ramos back from his injury. His at bats looked good, so that was good. Um, Caleb Killian got a save. He did give up a run, so I don't know. But the Giants won. They take 2 out of 3 from the Atlanta Braves, which is a great result. You'll definitely take that. Yeah, it was just Robbie Ray, masterclass. You got Webb and Ray just back to back balling out all the time, man. Now it's back to being Webb and Ray. No weird stuff in between. Webb and Ray pitching like absolute maniacs right now. They've been so good in this month, and I hope that translates to the next one. But as for today's game, it's going to be Molly against Rodriguez. Giants D-backs. This has happened before. Giants lost this game, but Molly was good in his last start. I want to see if he can do that again. And the D-backs have kind of stumbled a little bit recently. They're under 500. I think obviously the games don't really matter for us at this point. We're just trying to get our trade value up for a lot of our players, but let's just try and get a win. I don't know. That's gonna do it for today because we don't have a lot of time. I wish we could have talked more, but that's just how it is. So anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.